Hello and welcome to the Federal's ICC World Cup 2023 podcast. I am Aprameya. India's unbeaten run continued with a 100-run thrashing of England in Lucknow on Sunday night, October 29. This was India's sixth win in a row and are now on top of the table with 12 points. To discuss India's latest win, senior cricket writer R Kaushik joins us from Bharat Ratna Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee Ekana Cricket Stadium. Thanks Kaushik for talking to the Federal.
Thanks for having me, Apu. Nice to be back after a week.
Kaushik, India seemed to be unstoppable at the moment. Their batsmen were tested today on a tricky pitch and kept to 229 for 9, but bowlers were excellent, led by Mohammed Shami with 4 wickets.
Yes, it was the kind of challenge India needed, as we discussed in the last couple of podcasts. India haven't had a chance to bat first in the tournament.
Right.
All the first 5 victories came while chasing, and this is it is something that I'm sure they must have discussed in the dressing room yesterday at the press conference. I asked KL Rahul about this and whether there had been any talk about wanting to bat first before the knockouts, and he said that was something they would like to do. And today England won the toss. They put them in. It was a straightforward decision to bat first. To chase for either side. Rohit said if he had won the toss, he would have batted first as well, because dew is a more considerable factor here than in most other venues in the country. So there was a big advantage in bowling first. But and England exploited the conditions really well. It was not a pitch where you could play your strokes freely. India have been used in this tournament to bossing the power play in the first 10 overs. But today they could not do that because the conditions did not allow them the opportunity to play their shots with freedom. And England's bowlers were very disciplined. I mean, up front, David Willey and Chris Woakes were really, really good. They were backed up by some excellent fielding. And you could see that the pressure was building on the Indians. And there were some poor shots from Shubman Gill, from Virat Kohli, from Shreyas Iyer at the beginning of the innings. And Rohit Sharma started like he has started all through this World Cup with big blows down the ground and big pull shots. But then soon we realized that this was not the kind of pitch where that approach would pay off for a long period of time. So it was wonderful to see him switch gears down and bat the way he did, because from that position of where India were at one position of 41 for 3, it was imperative that they get a partnership. He had a very good ally in KL Rahul, and then Surya Kumar batting at number 6, only his second World Cup game, and the maturity that he showed, the shots that he played, it was good to see that he can also bat according to the situation. But I think particularly heartening from a batting point of view was the kind of runs that India got from the lower order. We know that it's a long tail in the absence of Hardik Pandya and no batting insurance at number 8. And so from that point of view, to see Jasprit Bumrah get some runs, to see Kuldeep Yadav get some runs and push the score to 229, that must have pleased the team management a lot as well.
And Kaushik, you mentioned how Rohit Sharma played according to the situation, according to the conditions. How crucial was his knock of 87 runs, and again he won the Player of the Match award?
Very crucial, Apu, in the scheme of things. If you look at where India were at one stage, and for them to get to 229, Rohit obviously made 87 of those runs, which is nearly 40%, just under 40% of the total number of runs that India made. And refreshing in the manner in which he approached his innings. Like I said, he started off like the Rohit Sharma that has been batting all through the tournament after the first game against Australia. But he quickly sized up and he realized that he had to bat long, he had to bat deep, that it was going to be difficult for a new batsman to come in and start playing his shots or even to get in, because it was that kind of a pitch. And therefore, to see him embrace that responsibility, he did hit his boundaries when the opportunity presented itself, but he did a lot of hard running alongside KL Rahul and then with Surya Kumar Yadav, and he would have taken a lot of confidence from this innings as well. It's great to score runs when conditions are in your favor, but to bat in these difficult conditions and make runs when it is the need of Jawar, that was very pleasing.
And should the team management be concerned the way Shreyas Iyer is getting out, or is it fine?
Well, you would want all your batsmen to be a little more responsible, I suspect. So this is a lesson for Shreyas Iyer, that when the conditions are challenging and when you cannot play your natural game, if he needs inspiration, all he has to do is look at his captain sitting inside the dressing room alongside him. I don't think concern is probably a little bit of a strong word, but I'm sure Shreyas has played enough cricket to realize that there are times when you have to set your ego aside and play according to the merits of the situation, according to the merits of the balls. This is a good lesson. Fortunately, it was not very expensive from a team perspective, from a result perspective. But yes, definitely certain lessons that Rohit Sharma, that Shreyas Iyer, and maybe Virat Kohli will take away from this game.
Right. Coming to India's bowling, Kaushik, Mohammed Shami, last game 5 wickets, and this game 4 for 22 in 7 overs with 2 maidens. How was his bowling today? Excellent as usual.
Yeah, he's brilliant. I mean, this is something, again, we have discussed in the past about playing the all-rounder at number 8 as opposed to playing a wicket-taking bowler who will then make sure that you don't need those 25 runs that you might require from the number 8, for instance. And Shami is a proven wicket-taker. He's the most experienced bowler, fast bowler in this Indian World Cup side. He was one of the star performers for India in 2015 when we made it to the semi-finals. And he's been waiting on the bench, waiting for his chance. He showed what he's made of in Dharamshala, and even today he was spot on. He was just brilliant. Bumrah provided the early breakthroughs with the wickets of David Malan and Joe Root. And then once Shami came on first change, Siraj had a little bit of an off day. Shami came on first change, and he just made things happen. I mean, he's just the way the ball is leaving his hand, his famous seam position, the wonderful wrist that he possesses. He's just completely on top of his game. And it just shows that even though he didn't play the first 4 matches, he had done enough in the nets to keep himself ready, to keep himself fresh. And when he was thrown the ball and when he was given an opportunity, thanks to Hardik's unfortunate injury, he's delivered the goods, 9 wickets in 2 matches, bowling as well as he's ever bowled. I think it's a great sign as we head towards the knockout stages of the World Cup.
And what about defending champions England, Kaushik? Nothing seems to be going right for them. 5 losses in 6 matches. They're almost out of semi-final reckoning.
Yeah, it's a shocking campaign, hasn't it been? I mean, if we look at the way they have lost, the teams that they have lost to, the manner in which they lost. And today, they would have fancied their chances at having to chase 230.
Right.
There was a lot of dew in the second half of the innings, and if they had managed not to lose 4 wickets up front to the new ball bowlers, then we might have had a different story to tell. But England, to be honest, never looked like getting anywhere close to the target. And I think if you look at the 10 balls that Ben Stokes played, I think those 10 balls pretty much tell you the state of England's mind at the moment, collective state of England's mind. He charged Shami 3 times, he was beaten outside edge twice, and then the way he got out, I mean, this is a man who came out of one-day retirement. He was retired for about 15 months, and then he came out of retirement just in time for the World Cup. And England have picked him solely as a batsman because he is not bowling ready. And to see him approach the way he approached his innings, that pretty much summed up England's entire campaign. It has been shocking. It's been completely without application, without fight, and it's hard to imagine that 8 or 9 members of this side were in the 15 when England won the World Cup 4 years back.
Right. Kaushik, one last question. Next game against Sri Lanka on November 3rd for India in Mumbai. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, the momentum is with India, isn't it? It's been It's been there with them from the time they defeated Australia in Chennai. Sri Lanka are slowly beginning to find their feet. They are coming off a fantastic win against England in Bengaluru the other night. They're playing Afghanistan tomorrow, and they know that if they continue this run, they have a chance at making it to the semi-finals. It might look a little bit out of reach at the moment, but funnier things have happened in cricket. Kushal Mendes has made the side really well. Once Dasun Sanaka was rolled out through injury, Angelo Matthews' return has made them a much stronger unit, and they really have nothing to lose. So Wankhede, it's a small ground, big scores, but India have happy memories of Wankhede. This is the first time since they won the title in 2011 that they'll be playing a World Cup match in Wankhede. So it will be a great occasion. It's difficult to look beyond India at this point in time when they play Sri Lanka in 3 days' time. But, like I said, cricket's a funny game and anything is possible.
Great. Thanks for your thoughts, Kaushik.